It's Tea with Teaquilts, and today is Saturday, February 19th, 2022. We are not having four-star general today. I don't know exactly when we're going to have it for the month of February, but I am on a virtual retreat, part of the planning committee, and I just felt like I needed to be available for people who are working on our project, which I coordinated one of them. So I just wanted to make sure that I was available for that. So, I need to get with Kevin so we can get definite date that we're gonna do it and get back to you guys. So I just decided to come on here anyway since I'm at a virtual retreat, meaning that we're at retreat, but we're at home. We're at certain times of the day we're logging in via Zoom, and we are reporting progress or just talking about anything or just having a snack break, sort of, kind of. So that's what I'm doing. I'm currently working on the Brightly pattern by Cluck Cluck Sew. Missouri Star Quilt Company did a video on this, so you can look it up on YouTube as well. And I am doing that. I have these blocks all done, and now I need to make the second set of blocks. So that's what I am currently working on. I just thought since we're not having four-star general, that I'll just come in here and show you guys what I'm up to and see who all is here. So I'm going to pull you all up on my cell phone. I'm moving my blocks right now. I need to start working on the second block, which I got to find. I made one of each block before I started, so I just got to find it. I don't know what I did with it. 1, 2. It's in here. So I have all of these blocks completed, and I'm also hoping I haven't miscounted because I have this block in the middle of the stack. So if I miscounted, I may have to make one more of that. So now I got to make these blocks here. So let me pull you all up. Looking for the cell phone holder now. Get some power on this phone so we don't lose power on the phone I'm going to be reading comments on. So I can see who all is in here. So we got Deborah Quilts. Imagine that. I was just on the phone talking with her. Saying hello to you and fellow quilters. Harriet Susan Franklin says hi everyone. Hi Harriet. When Sprinter's here, hello T and everyone. Emily Zuhut says hi T and fellow quilters. Pat L is here saying hi Miss T and others. So Kathy Thomas also saying hi all. So I am working on this Brightly pattern by Missouri Star. For those that are just coming in, I had a conflict that I had completely forgot about because I've been in the cutting fabric mode. I have been cutting for the second kit. I have been cutting from Sunday through to early this morning. I finally got the kits all cut. Now I got to do a sort on them. But in the interim, through all the cutting, I knew I was on a retreat planning committee. I knew the retreat was coming up, but you know how a particular date just seems like, oh, I got plenty of time, and then you look up that date is here. Well, the date is here. So I'm on a retreat planning committee, and I am the person that they're to come to for questions about the Brightly pattern, which is a video that we saw on Missouri Star Quilt Company, but the pattern is by Cluck Cluck Sew. So I decided I needed to be at home and be accessible to people that may be contacting me. So that's why Kevin and I didn't meet today. and we're retreating today and tomorrow. But I'm gonna look at the schedule and see when Kevin and I, if we can do it this weekend still, or if I need to just do it next weekend. So we're still undetermined on when the 4-star general is gonna be at this point. Hey Tucker of Tucker's Sewing and Quilting. He says, "Hey T and everyone, just got back from the fabric shop." Yes. Maddie Bornham says, "Hi T." Woo! I heard kits cut. Yeah, now it's gonna be the big thing to sort them all. I got a gazillion pieces. I haven't even counted them. I got counted yardage up to 181 yards, and I was like, you know what, I'm done. I don't know if I'm done at 181 or if I need to add more or what, but I'm done for right now. I finished early this morning, so I got to do the calculations on how much yardage I use so I can know how much to price the kits at. Hey, Vivian Calvi says, "Hi, T and everyone." I don't know if I read that, just making sure. And then my niece, Lisa Thompson's here saying, "Hello, everyone, thumbs up." So thank you so much. Yeah, so we're going to just, since I'm here, if you all, we can just do some sewing. I'm going to pull some pieces out. So I need squares. And when I was cutting, I just cut pieces because this pattern uses a lot of consistent sizes. So I'm gonna just pull those out just to pull stuff out. I just cut pieces. I didn't worry about how many I was cutting because I can always use these standard size squares anywhere. So hopefully I got enough cut. And the next thing that I do is when I'm going to a stack of squares, I always just go through and sort them out because they're all stacked the same fabrics. That way I'm using equal number of the same print throughout my quilt. So just doing a big sort here now. And I must have, oh, that's this phone that's making noise, I guess. I didn't cut the notifications off. I gotta first get in here. I'll put it on vibrate today. But yeah, so I go through and I just sort out so that I'm not using the same squares over and over. I know I'm going to need at least 2 of each square, so I may as well get those ready. So I go ahead and just pull them out in stacks. 2 of each one. And then, like I said, I haven't counted, so then I'll just go through at the end and get whatever else I need out the stacks. And because I've starched them, I'm also making sure that they're not stuck together because I don't want to sew 2 of them together at one time. Okay, I've already done those. Hey Sue, she says, "Hi T, at work actually watching and listening. Will you be on tonight?" I'm hoping to be on tonight. I just might go ahead and finish up working on this particular project, so I'm hoping to. If I don't fall asleep, because like I went to bed at 5 a.m. This morning, so trying to make sure I just have one of everything. Maddie says, "T, do you press your seams open or just depend on the block?" It depends on the block. When because I'm at retreat and we're trying to do this pattern in a weekend, I am pressing my seams to one way on one set of blocks and the other way on another set of blocks. And the reason I'm doing that is so that it will nest when I get ready to put them together. But if I have a whole lot of half square triangles or a lot of intricate piecing that's coming together, then I normally press my seams open. When I'm strip piecing, things like that, I don't press my seams open. It depends on the block. So I do a combination of both. On this one, since we got such big pieces, I just decided not to press the seams open today. So good question. I know that probably confused a lot of people when one time I'm pressing the seams open and the next time I'm not. It just depends on the block, how many pieces, and then how much time. Like that Bonnie Hunter project, I already knew that project was going to be complicated, and I had even started out pressing my seams open, and I was so far behind everybody else that I got nervous and started pressing my seams, over to the side. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And then that caused me to have issues now. So, yeah, it's like a catch-22 kind of thing. So, just sorting out my fabric still. I'll let you all see my blocks again, too, just a minute. So you can see what I have for those that are just coming in and where I'm going. Almost through the stack. I didn't realize I had this many fabrics. I kept adding fabrics in because I'm like, oh, that's not going to be scrappy enough. I didn't want to use each size of the fabric 4 times. So I was trying to make sure I had enough fabric to do that. I think I might need to use them at the max 3, but not 4. It's not that big of a quilt. I think it's 60 by 70, 72, something like that. So it's not a huge quilt. All right. So I'm going to just put these up. And then I'm going to put the one set over there and work with one set at a time. Brenda Foley is here. Hey, Brenda. She says hello, T and friends from Kentucky. Well, welcome. There is no 4-star general today because I'm on a virtual retreat. So I decided, even though I had to stay at home, I needed to be accessible to people that I could still just come on and do a little bit of sewing here on Saturday with you guys. And hopefully Kevin and I will get it scheduled. Kevin was working and I didn't call him yesterday because I was busy cutting for retreat and for the kids. So yeah, I'm going to take a picture of my big board so y'all can see how bad my big board look with all this starch. I'm gonna once I realized that it was already damaged, that the starch was already in it, I didn't worry about it so much. Because I knew I was going to be replacing it anyway. Before I had even started starching, I already knew I was going to be replacing the big board cover on top. But yeah, it's going to be sooner than later, though. I thought I was going to be replacing it after retreat. I may be doing that soon. And then in the future, I'm just going to take like a piece of canvas fabric and just toss it over the big board so that it will protect the big board from the starch in the future. So hoping that works. And then I can just take that piece of canvas and just wash it anytime I want to. It's not stuck to the big board. Oh, you're welcome, Brenda. She's just saying thanks for her happy mail. Teresa McCormick, oh my, great surprise. Yes, I kept forgetting to put out that I wasn't going to have the 4-star general, and so I just decided to come on here and say I'm not having the 4-star general today. And I didn't want to pop on here live and get off in 2 minutes and then people wondering what happened. So Hey, Jason Lewis. He says, good afternoon, everyone. Hey, how are you doing today? Let me know what you guys are doing today. What's your plans for Saturday, too? Keep me entertained. So I've just got a stack. I don't know how many it is. I need 4 of these square or units in each block that I'm making. So all I'm doing is just making the units. Because I know I'm going to need them. Let's see. I know I need at least 60 of these little units to do my block. So that's a long way if I'm just starting. Well, I need 56 because I have one block done. It's already getting smaller. Jason says, I am pressing and starting a stack of K fat quarters right now. That's pretty cool. Hey, Kathy Klein from Central Illinois. She's saying hi to T and the quilters. Teresa's at work. Oh, Kevin the quilter. Girl, I hadn't a clue you were on. Yep, I just decided, I better come on here and tell these people why we're not on here today. And that we're going to work on when we're going to be back on. So we need to do a schedule. So I'm working on the Brightly pattern that's by Cluck Cluck Sew. This is block number 1. I got all of these made because they're easy. So I got all those blocks made. I'm on a virtual quilt retreat with my quilt guild. And I'm working on block number 2, which is this block. And I'm currently making the corner units right here. So this unit here with this. Actually, this block goes like that. So I'm trying to make these corner units here. So just so you all know what I'm doing, where I'm at. But I'm just chain piecing them right now. Shaquita's here. Hey, Shaquita. She says, hello, T and everyone. So let me know what you all are doing today. I know Jason's pressing and starching. So that's pretty cool. I'm trying to see how far I can get on this project this weekend with other things interfering. Because all I really want to do is go sort my kits. I don't want to do this. But I got to have something to show. I got to have more than one of the second block to show. So we'll see. I may not have it all done, but at least I'll get a good chunk of it done. And maybe I'll sew on this tonight when I do the Teaquilts live. Teresa says, you made my day, T. I have in my left earbud so I can listen. That's cool. Make work a whole lot easier and faster. Brenda says, I'm trying to get caught up on my 4-star general. Yay. Yep. I haven't even cut for that yet. I've been cutting everything else and haven't even cut for the 4-star general. And we're on, Kevin and I are doing March block. So, yeah. I don't even know what the block is. I haven't even touched the book. I can't even really tell you where my stuff is. I've moved stuff around so much. I have to go look. It's pretty bad right now when you're cutting lots and lots of fabric and then having to find stacks to hold, places to hold all this stuff. So my dining room table is covered with stacks of fabric. And I'm still getting orders for Take 5 kits that haven't even been cut yet. So the cutting isn't over. So and I'm waiting on fabric to come in on that. It was supposed to come in yesterday, but it didn't make it. Shaquita is working on a tote bag. And, hold on. Kevin says, yes, get another African beauty. Yeah, another African beauty you're making, Miss T. Love the setting color for this. Yes, thank you. You know, the pattern uses a light background, and I just didn't want mine to look like everybody else's. Sometimes I don't care about that, and then other times I do. So, especially when I know that I'm doing it at a retreat or something like that, I'll try to make it just a little bit different. Knowing that we're going to have probably, about 10 to 15 of them. It depends. We got 2 projects. People got a choice on what they want to make or not make at all. You can still attend the virtual retreat and do your own thing. So, but I figured at retreat I didn't want to have mine trying to figure out which one was mine if I wasn't in the picture. If you saw the quilt, so that's why I chose a different color. And I also changed the pattern up a little bit too. I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me see what other people are working on. Ledger Curry says, hello, T and everyone. Deborah says she's working on a challenge quilt and house chores. Peggy O'Connor is here saying, hi, TNT Quilters. I'm working on and missing the virtual retreat, so it's fun to watch you work on this project. Love the African prints with your green grunge. Yes, thank you. I just got that grunge in. I had ordered it because I thought I might want to use one of those in this project. Susan Grewing says, every flat surface should have stacks of fabric. Yes. Jonah Crutchfield says, I am here. Hello, everybody. Hi, Jonah. And Harriet says, how do I get my name on a quilt kit? I have the quilt that I just cut. It hasn't even, the photo of it has not been released. If you're wanting a Take 5 kit, you can just email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com. So the same name of my YouTube channel, teaquilts@teaquilts.com. And then I will, you can just tell me to add you to the Take 5 list. And I can put you on there. The other one will be coming out when I get it sorted. I'm trying to put it in here. I don't know why I'm putting WW because it ain't on my website. I don't have the Take 5 active because they're not shipping right now. But I'm going to just put my email in here if it let me. Yeah, so that's my email address. Sometimes it adds in an extra space before the @ and you have to take that space out when you're trying to email me. Otherwise, your email's not going anywhere. But yeah, so you're welcome, Harriet. And if you don't know what the Take 5 is, all you got to do is watch the videos. I did a whole series on me sewing the African Shuffle Take 5. And then I have other series too where I'm talking about different ways that you can use those blocks as well. And I talk about some of that too in the African Take 5, but I don't have anything to show you. Let's see. Because this kit here, the second one, I don't even have it priced yet because I've only just been cutting. And so now that I figured out the most economical way to cut, I just now need to add that up by how many kits I made so I can price that out. So that's why the other kit doesn't have a price yet, and I need to make pattern. I know this machine isn't out of bobbin because I threaded it at 5 a.m. this morning when I was up. So is something touching my fabric? Let me go ahead and cut. I'll make sure. It may have come out the tension. But I know the bobbin isn't out. I haven't done that much sewing. But I've got this long chain. Okay. I just go ahead and rethread everything. and check the bobbin so I don't have the message again. Rethread the top. Most of the time it's the top, but if it's not the top, then I got to come back and rethread the bobbin, so I just go ahead and do them both. See, I got plenty of thread. I knew that. Okay, try this again. Alright, I only got a few more here. I can't remember how many fabrics I put in this quote. Isn't that crazy? I know I cut more pieces than they needed because I kept adding fabrics in. I'm like, that's not scrappy enough. um, I didn't have enough fabrics to make it scrappy enough. So, hi Courtney. That's Courtney Sturbins saying hi T. Beverly Simmons is here. Hey Beverly, she says hello. How are you? Just doing scrappy log cabin. I just don't know what to do. Laughing out loud, lots of scraps. From Newfoundland, Canada. What are you doing? Working on the Brightly pattern by Cluck Cluck Sew. Missouri Star Quilt Company did a video on it. So, my Quilt Guild, we're on a virtual retreat this weekend. So, that is what we are sewing. So, I've sewed the last of that. Just got the last one hanging on. So, I'll take one of these. I'm going to fold toward the background. Doesn't matter. So I can get my last piece off. I'm going to go ahead and, well, the last of this. Because I haven't sold near enough of these. I'm trying to count how many I got. So that's what I'm going to do next. See how many I got to how many blocks I can make. All right. So that's one that I just sewed and leaving on there. 5. Let's see how many different fabrics I got. So I got 37 different fabrics here. So now you all know why I don't have scraps for sale on the African fabric. Because I got so many projects that I plan to do with the scraps. I am trying to work on some scrap bags, but it's not going to be a lot yet. And this second cut that I didn't create a whole lot of scrap. So I'm using 37 different fabrics here. And I actually like scrap quilts made with 60 plus fabrics, in all honesty. So this still isn't enough for me. Emily is taking a break after working on African quilts, so that's cool. I don't know if I read that earlier. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? Trying to make sure because I missed that one earlier. Maddie says, T, did you get my email? Maybe my email went to you is wrong. I don't remember getting an email from you, Maddie. Anybody that sends me an email, I will send you back confirmation and say, I just say you're on the list. I don't do a whole lot of extra chatting because I got so many emails I'm going through. And then I'm making sure that I put you on the list. So when you got limited time, I don't do a whole lot of responding back. But if you've ever emailed me, I at least confirm what it is that you're requesting from me. So I don't remember emailing you if you didn't get a response back, or check your spam mail. I always check my spam mail now, because even though I send you all mail and you'll respond back to me, it'll send it to spam, which is crazy. I don't get it. But I always check my spam mail 2 and 3 times a day, actually, because I want to delete the spam. I don't want it sitting there. So if I don't do anything else, like if I don't read or respond to emails, I at least clean out the spam. And then when I see your emails come in, I don't respond to emails until I'm at my desktop, because my phone always want to make me say something I'm not trying to say. So I always wait till I'm on my desktop to respond to emails and things like that. So I'll put a little star by your email, and then when I go to my computer, I just have it sort everything that's starred, and then once I put you on the list, I take the star off. So that way I know I got everybody on the list or not. So if you haven't heard from me, I probably haven't gotten it. Hi, Diane57. She says, hello, everyone. Crystal Lewis here saying hi, everybody. Denise Ezel says, hi, T. Working on my African Queen blocks. That is awesome. That's my next thing I want to do. Well, not next, but that's one of the things I do want to do, is the African Queen block quilt. Not just a block. Marie Hahn says, hello, T and everyone. Hi, Marie. Welcome. Diane says, Denise, that sounds like an interesting quilt. Yep, it's pretty cool. So that's one thing I do want to do, is make one of those. I just haven't gotten there yet. Too busy doing kits. And now I got to do the next kit quilt. So I won't be working on that either, I guess. Not anytime soon. And then Gil picked this project. I didn't pick this project, but I'm okay with that. I wanted to do it someday anyway. And so I figured, okay, you're getting it out the way early. So it didn't bother me. And then I said, well, to make sure that I do it, I said, I'll coordinate that project. So Marie says this is her first live visit. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for commenting in the live chat box, too. A lot of people get shy and don't comment there. So appreciate you. I'll show you what I'm working on for those that are coming in once I get through pressing all of these pieces where I want them to go. I think I said I had 37 different fabrics. So let's see. I need 60 of these. So I have a few over there that I won't, in my other stack, I won't be needing. 37. So I need only 23 out of that stack. So I just want to make sure I don't make too many of these units. Don't want them extra hanging over. I'd rather have the extra squares than an extra unit that go to another quilt. I can use a square anywhere. Just trying to make sure I'm doing this right, or looking at it right. Yeah, I only need 60. Sheila D is here, says, hi, T and everyone from Teaquilts, California. Oh, Timus, I don't know what that is. Teaquilts, California. I'm reading what I want to read, but I tell you all, I have floaters in my eyes, and sometimes, like, I thought the M was two N's, and it covers stuff and make me look like I'm seeing something else. Thank you, Marie. She says you make beautiful things. Thank you. Peggy says I came in late. What does no four-star general revisited mean? That's what it means. This is the day that we would normally be doing, or this time would be normally Kevin and I doing the four-star general revisited. But I felt like I needed to stay accessible just in case people had issues with the retreat project this weekend, Peggy. Crystal Lewis says, T, when using that tool, do you still have to iron your blocks too? I don't have one here to show you, but I make my entire block without using a heated iron because I've starched my fabric, okay? And then when I get my whole block done, I go press my whole block. And I press, not iron, because I don't want to distort my block. That's when you see your blocks looking all crooked and stuff. You press crooked. So nice and straight blocks here. Because all I did, I pressed with the wood iron as I went along. And I always show you all the backside of my pieces because your back should be just as good as your front. Shouldn't be a whole lot of stuff going on the back seam. Shouldn't be twisted and all of that kind of stuff. But then when I finish the entire block, I'm able to just go press it to get everything nice and flat. So, good question. Pearl Medina says, good morning, Miss T, and everyone from Moreno Valley, California. Hey, Pearl, welcome to the chat as well. I don't know if you've been in a live chat before. I don't remember your name, but welcome. I appreciate you commenting as well. Hey, Ellen Campbell. She says, hello, T, and all friends. And Peggy's now laughing out loud after I answered her question. Phyllis G is here. Hey, Phyllis. She says, hi, T, and everyone. Susan Baker says, hi, T, and everyone. Okay, so let me show you on block number one. There's two different blocks in the Brightly pattern. You can go to Missouri Star Quilt Company and watch the video that was done there. The pattern is by Cluck Cluck Sew. This block here, this rectangle here, in her pattern is two pieces, and I made that just one piece. She used two squares here, and I just used a rectangle. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted more of my prints to show, since the African prints are so large and they change, and I just decided to go ahead and instead of cutting these into squares, it saved me a seam of that I had to sew. And so I just made these into rectangles instead. And then notice, like, some fabrics have some spacing, and I've got a fabric. This is an African fabric here. It just happened to have no print in that area. And this is the only fabric that did that. So let me show you another one where I've got the same, I took those fabrics and made sure that I left them big here because I didn't really want those small 2-inch squares because I felt like it wasn't going to do much for the piecing anyway. I wanted more of my actual prints to show. So I did not cut those 2.5-inch squares for that part. I'm working with 2.5-inch squares now, though. Other people are coming in. And then the other thing that I changed on the block, that was one change I made. And then the other change is I'm using a Kona cotton here for my star points. These are so busy that when I start to put these up here, I felt like it was going to look very confetti-ish. And that's okay if that's the look that I wanted. I didn't want the confetti-ish look. It's acceptable. It's fine. But because these prints are so big and they're changing so much, I just felt like it was going to look like sprinkled confetti. Whereas if I'm going to make a star, I really want my star points to show. So I decided to use this. It's actually burgundy. I can't even put it up here. you can't even hardly see. It looks brown. There it go. You can see a little bit of the red, but it's actually a burgundy Kona cotton. And I'm going to make, I got 10 uh, pieces cut to make, I got pieces cut to make 10 of these in this color. I haven't decided yet if I want to do spot colors of other Kona cotton. So right now I'm just going to make these 10, and then I'll decide on the last 5 blocks that I'm making if I want to add in some other colors or just go ahead and continue with the burgundy Kona cotton. So that's what I haven't decided. I think I might just want to put at least 3 different ones in just so it you don't get comfortable with all of my stars being burgundy. If you get my drift. So Susan Baker is here saying hi to everyone. Elaine Doucette's here reminding people to hit the thumbs up. So thank you, Elaine, and welcome. Carol Green says hi to everyone. Beautiful blocks. Thank you. And again, the pattern is called Brightly by Cluck Cluck Sew. And I saw this on a video by Missouri Star. Ellen says she gave her thumbs up. Thank you, Ellen. Love your block from Susan. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. She says that's really beautiful, T. Kathy Thomas, beautiful colors and work. Thank you, Kathy. And Ellen says, oh, I love that looks. And Maddie says, they are all pretty. Thank you, guys. Inga Botch says, really pretty. So thank you. So I'm actually working what I'm sewing now. I have done all of the one block. I only have one. I always make one of each block, or I make a block before I make all the other stuff. So I'm in the process of working on making these units here. So that's what I'm doing for those that are just coming in. Brightly Pattern by Cluck Cluck Sew. I saw it on a video by Missouri Star. So now I got these. I'm going to go ahead and do 23 more. So I want to put in my brightest color. So I'm going to start with that. So I've got these done. I'm just going to, I don't want to forget my number. So y'all know I love lime green, except that I got green background, but I'm going to put it in here anyway. So I need 23 more to do the entire, all my blocks. So that's what I'm going to do now. Pull out some of my brighter ones. All my pinks, all my greens, all my orange, yellows. Get those first. You can put the blues in. And then we'll count. Anything with yellow pinks. I'll put the white in there because it's a great contrast. That's got some yellow. Lime green, pink. All right, so let's count these. 2, 4, 6. I think this is the same. Is that the same fabric? Yeah, that's the same fabric. I don't know how that got in there. I made a mistake. 2, 4, 6, 8. It could have been in the other one. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I need 7 more. Okay. And then I'm going to put the extras up so I don't get those mixed up with what I already got going. And we're going to sew this. So I'm working on all the corner units again. This corner unit. So I'm starting with this square and this. And I need so many of those. So I'm going to be making all of those. Susan's asking, T, do you fussy cut? Those blocks are so cool. No, I just did regular cutting because these prints or so big, they just land wherever they land. I just let them land. That's why you saw the one block that had that solid looking piece. But I put that in there too, just, because it's what the fabric is. So I put that in there too. I'm not trying to hide it or anything like that. But I did not fussy cut not any of this fabric. It's just landing where it lands. And I like that because the same fabric will look different in different positions. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. So I'm going to show you the block with the brown fabric, and then I'm going to see if I can find it in another block here. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm trying to find it where it's in a rectangle as well. I got it in a square. Now I'm trying to find it in a rectangle, because it should be in here too. Maybe I blended it in. See how stuff looks totally different. I didn't find it my first way through. So let's try again. See if I can find it in a rectangle. I know it's got to have been cut in a rectangle in another spot. And I can't even like eyeball it. All right, so we'll put these up. Oh, it's on the floor, maybe. Nope, it's not in that box. I dropped one. It's not in that one. Huh. I remember using it, but I sure can't see it. Hmm. Very strange. I don't even see it as a rectangle. Okay. It's because it probably looks different, okay? But this brown fabric right here that has that solid in it, this is a brown background. That is the same fabric as this piece right here. That's that brown background. So when it's cut, it starts to look different. So just imagine this as a rectangle. You can have it at the top or the bottom. So that's just happened to be a spot where this same fabric is this print right here. So you just never know where you're going to cut into a piece. And trying to see if anything else on here is a duplicate between these two blocks. And just eyeballing it, I don't think so. But yeah, so the fabrics start to just look a little different when it's cut up. And Diane saying that she thinks she saw that video. Yeah, because it wasn't that long ago, because my Gil picked it. The chairperson of the retreat picked it. So she had like projects for us to choose from, and they picked two. We actually are doing a third. We had a project that I didn't do, which was a little bracelet thing you can wear that you can put your clips on. I didn't make that because I wanted to get, since I was coordinating this, I needed to get started on this. So I didn't do that. Haven't done it yet anyway. I don't know if I will. Sue says, leaving work, hopefully we'll catch you at home. Good night. I'll see you later, Sue. Kathy Thomas says, you're welcome. Crystal Lewis, I love the colors of the material you're using. Thank you. And as I was cutting the kits that I'm cutting, these are the scraps from the kit. Like I said, it wasn't a whole lot. And I don't have every fabric that's in the kits in here because I couldn't use them. I ran out. I had to go buy more fabric to make those kits. So I use more than, your kit will have 32 different fabrics. I actually used more than 32 fabrics because I ran out and had to go to a different fabric. So but there's a few that are not in here. So thank you, Crystal. Jason is asking, T, what method do you use to start your fabrics? I'm using Kevin's method actually for the for cutting the kits, and that's because I'm die cutting and stacking. But I think I have a video on how I starch. But basically how I starch is I don't have to have a particular starch. I mostly make homemade starch, and then I can make it to whatever consistency I want. Like I've always used faultless starch, or I've made my own best press starch, with the vodka and stuff. And then you can make it so that you can have your own starch consistency. But I just tend to like a medium starch overall. So I'm gonna say probably half and half. If you're adding water to your concentrated starch, I'm one of those people that probably would do half and half. Um, I starch my fabrics and then I tend to let them sit. So if I'm starching the fat quarters that you're doing, I would spray all of those fat quarters, just laying them on top of each other. And then when I'm done, I roll them all up into a log, and then I just let it sit for like 15 minutes. And the reason why I do that is because I let the starch penetrate into the fibers of the fabric, not just sit on top of the fabric. And then I come back. I might been piecing something else, and then I'll come back and I'll start pressing those. And you can tell that the material is a little bit wetter, and so I do press then without a steam iron because your fabrics are wet. Otherwise, you're never going to get those fabrics dry with a steam iron. So cut your steam off and then start pressing those fabrics. Now the starch is in the fibers of the fabric. It's not going to be on your iron, things like that. The process that I'm doing with Kevin, the starch, it does have a starch buildup on your surface if you don't protect your surface. And we're going to do a video. We're actually going to be presenting that at Foot Retreat. And so we're not talking about that yet, but when he does it, we're going to do a video on it, and it will be available to all YouTubers. It's just that we're going to wait and show his technique at retreat because it is an interesting technique. Susan says, thanks, Teeks. I know the prints are large, so I wondered. Yes. Yeah, I didn't fussy cut a thing. Now, if you want a particular part of the fabric in your piece, then yes, by all means, go ahead and fussy cut. If I was making blocks where I wanted a particular, say I wanted that bird that I was showing you all on the last fabric haul, if I wanted that bird in the center of every star, then I would have gone in and fussy cut that. But I'm one of those people, I don't like cottage cheese fabric unless I absolutely have to. Now I bought that bird fabric to be used as for that if I decide to use it as such. But for the most part, I'm one of those people that I don't really like to have a whole lot of cottage cheese, that's what I call it, stuff hanging out. So I don't do it too often. So looks like I'm going to have to go in here and get more background squares. And then once I do this, I will have, let's see how many squares I need. I need 4 squares background. I just pulled out. Did I pull them all out? Okay, see, I told you all I didn't count, right? So I don't have any more background squares in here. I just cut. So I'm short 4 background squares. Okay. So I'll put those up, handle those later. Okay. So I've got 27 that I just did. I need to take 3 out of here. trying to see what have I put back in this box, just so I can take those 3 out. Trying to mix them up, you know. I'm trying to plan ahead of time so I don't end up with the same fabrics all the time and in the same position. So just trying to find it. So this is one. I just need to find 3 of them. Cause is this one in there? Fabrics are starting to all look alike. 2 and 3. So we'll put those 3. I was trying to get 3 that weren't, the ones I took out because I know they're not duplicates. So sometimes I can get persnickety about stuff like that. So now this is going to be 1 stack. These and these over here are going to be 1 stack. And the reason why I'm doing that, what you may not notice in this block is this block here is actually directional. This is the same block here. This 3-piece block right here is different than the 3-piece block right here. Because if I make them all one way, this will be turned sideways. This piece would be coming down here with the seam going this way. And in the pattern, this is how she has the block made. So that's what I want to do. I want to make it how she did it. And all of my pieces will be upright. Otherwise, I'm going to have one piece upright, the next piece to the side. The next one this way, the other one that way. So it makes like a pinwheel turn, if you know what I mean. Hi, Joyce London. Welcome. She says she's saying hi today and all love. Fabric designs. Thank you. Diane says, you mean Swiss cheese. What did I say? I said cottage cheese. Yes. Yes, I mean Swiss cheese. I don't like cottage cheese or Swiss cheese, as a matter of fact. And Ellen saying making your own starch is better to use. Alvita says, good afternoon, Miss T, and everyone. Happy Saturday. Hello and welcome. So yeah. So now when I got all of these, I'm going to make the top left. So all of these are going to be going the same direction. With the top to the left, this on the right. If it makes sense. I'm hoping it makes sense. And I want to take this off. I actually got one of these already sewed on the bottom. But I'm not going to worry with this side right now. I just wanted to get them all sewed so I could sort. Just going to pile those up over there. And now that I got this one loose, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So, this is what I'm making right here. And it is this block unit here. And also, it could be this block unit down there. So I've just split my stacks into 2. Okay? If I put this block right here, hold on, right here in this corner, you see how my seam is now going, they're going different directions. It won't stay on the board, guys. I'm sorry. I haven't pressed this either, but it's not, see how they're going in different directions? And I want all of mine to be upright like this. So that's 2 different blocks. Now let me press this. All right, so that's what we're doing. One set's going to be like that. The other set's going to have it where this piece is on the other side. must have need more. I'm trying to figure out. I can't count or something. I think I made too many of these units. Because if I have 37 fabrics, I still got too many. So I may not have to sew those 4. When I ran out of squares, maybe I did cut the right number. And that's because I'm sewing live and ain't thinking about my numbers. That's what happens when I'm busy doing other stuff. So I will make 30 of these. I'm going to count. I'll just sew a few because I haven't counted when I first started. So I'll just sew. I know I got to get through most of the stack. So anybody else working on any quilt projects? Let me know. Let me know. Teresa says she's on a quick break. Thumbs up, everyone. We'll sew the majority of this stack. Get down to the last maybe 3 or 4, and then we'll start counting what I've sewed. Maybe the last 4 because I moved 3 over here. I had 37 fabrics. So all I need is 30. So that's why I ran out of squares. Like, you didn't count that right. I think I should have put 23 instead of 27. That's what happened. That's what had happened. Diane says, T, have you had lunch yet? Nope. Haven't eaten a thing. The last few days, I have been not eating. The first one day it was like 8 p.m. and I'm like, girl, you haven't eaten a thing. I'm cutting fabric. And then the second day, I went to like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. I was talking to Deborah on the phone, and I had to get something to eat. I got something to eat, and she was keeping me focused because I was cutting again. And then I go do something and look up, and I was cutting again. And she says, "Have you eaten?" Like, no, ma'am. So yeah, I was up until 5, and I got up at 11. And I woke up because the mail carrier rang. Got my alarm going off. So I checked that. It was the mail lady. And then I had another alarm go off a few minutes later. It was the FedEx truck, but it was at somebody else's house, not mine. I thought they were bringing me my fabric order that should have come yesterday. But it's locked somewhere, lost somewhere in Champaign, Illinois. I think it just got caught up in the weather that we had on Wednesday, and because we've had another bout of bad weather, they're just behind from last week. So yeah. quilts, getting through the stack. So no lunch yet, Diane, but I will. I'm not actually hungry right now, but I will eat when I get off this live. I'm ripping out seam from a class session. Oh my gosh. Alvita says she is sewing today. Susan is working on a 10-year-old UFO, Snail's Trails. Yes, I did that based on the Judy Martin method, and I love my Snail Trail quilt. Just love it. So good luck on getting it done. Cynthia Shades here saying good afternoon. I caught you. Hope all is enjoying their weekend. Yes. Hey, Cynthia. Maddie says working on 4-star general, so that's good. Leah Bryant here says hi TNT quilters. I'm binding today. 1 down and 2 to go. Yes. I still got quilts. I had to, I had to stop working on finishing quilts in order to cut the kits. But I got a few of them done at least. There ain't as many in the stack as it was beforehand. So, yeah. Seems like I'm hating binding right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm not even going to worry about the duplicates because, yeah, we're beyond that right now. Okay. So I'm going to put these 4 over there. Finish sewing this side. It'll be a good mix. I just don't want the same fabrics landing in the same position every time. Crystal says, I'm doing a little bit of sewing today, so that's cool as well. Susan says, T, I have to go, so enjoy your chats. Always learn something new. Take care. Bye, Susan, and thank you so much for participating in the chat. Appreciate that. And Diane saying, you need to eat a bite. Yep, I will. I'm on a different schedule than everybody else. As far as eating, and sometimes, I do the don't eat for 12 hours, and really once you adjust to that, it just keeps me from eating all day, and then I'm on a different eating schedule because I work different than everybody else. I'm a night owl, so I'm up at night, and so I just try to make sure that I always do that 12 hours, and now I can go longer than 12 hours easily, when it used to be a problem. 8 hours was a problem. 2, 3. Trying to make sure I got the right number. That's perfect. So now they just need to be pressed. So now we're going to work on this other stack. And these other squares are just extra squares because I can't count while I'm videotaping, apparently. All right. So, I'm going to cut these. And so I can do the reverse block now. After, I don't know. I got them all tangled up. They happy. They're co-joined. Just cut them apart. There we go. Sheila is working on Kimberbell embroidery table runner project while I run a virus scan on her laptop. Okay. So that's cool. I love Kimberbell stuff. I need to do more. I started one project, didn't even finish it, and have bought a gazillion more that are just looking at me. I found a great deal on Facebook Marketplace on some kits. So I got that, and that didn't include the stuff that I've already had or purchased. So I love some Kimberbell stuff. They're just fun to sew. It's not necessarily something that I would make all the time, but they're fun to sew when you're making the hoop stuff. So it's pretty cool. So 2, 3, trying to see. These are all pressed. Okay. And I hope I got enough rectangles cut. That stack looks awfully small. Here we go again, right? Let me turn this so all my pieces are facing the same direction as I'm pressing. Vicky Lemire is here. Hey, Vicky. Vanessa Brown says, hi, T, working on finishing almost completed quilts and projects. So that's cool. Getting some stuff done. That's what I was working on until I have to do these must-do projects. T and C. Norton, hello and welcome. I saw you in Teresa Louise chat yesterday, I think. My days are running into each other. So that's pretty cool. She says, good afternoon, Miss T, and everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Well, I am, and thank you for asking. Hope you are too. Chris Morris. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the channel. I don't remember seeing that name. Hi from New Forest, England. So welcome. And Crystal says, the worst is cutting fabric wrong and wanting to get that project done, and you can't. Yep. The funny thing is, I was just telling Deborah on the phone, your comments always make me come up with things to talk about. So, and TC Norton says, yes, was in Teresa Louise yesterday. Okay. So, I have cut, I can't remember how many yards. I stopped counting at 180 yards that I've cut for this kit. And I get to the last fabric early in the morning. I only had one last fabric to cut. I had cut out this kit throughout the day because I wanted to get caught up. And I'm like, okay, Teajuana, you got 2 last fabrics to cut. And you can be done cutting this kit. So let's go ahead and do that because I'm one of those people, if I don't get it done, I'll think about it and can't sleep. Even though it's not stress, it's just something that's just rolling in my head. It's like, oh, I only got 2 more fabrics to cut. I only got 2 more fabrics. So what do? After I cut this kit, I go and decide I'm going to go ahead and cut those last 2 fabrics. And what did I do? I cut the last fabric wrong. On top of cutting it wrong, I said, okay, I can go ahead and salvage what I can use. I'll go ahead and cut the pieces out. So I cut those pieces out, did a count, couldn't even do math in the middle of the night. So I said, oh, I only need 1 more strip and I can have everything cut. So what do? I go to the fabric storage box. I pull out the fabric. I happen to have more of that fabric. Pulled out the fabric, cut off enough to cut 1 piece, cut it a little bit bigger so I could square it up. I go press it, get it done. Now I go ahead and cut all the fabric from that last fabric. And then I say, girl, you better count these pieces and make sure before you get to sorting, make sure you got the correct number of pieces since you miscut. Yeah, I did that. And I was short 18 and 12. So I was short 6 pieces. So I had to go back and cut another strip of fabric. Okay, press it, starch it, cut it into, so I can get the pieces done. I was a mess. Just a mess. Now, I already know this ain't going to come out right because I got 2 pieces on top right here when I'm working on blocks in sets of 4s. So why do I have 2? I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Times 4 is 24. I don't know. We're just going to sew. I didn't count these pieces. Maybe I should count these too. I know what the problem is. Remember, I already got 1 block made. So that means 2 of these need to come back over here. I don't need 60. I don't need the number on here because I already got 2 in the block that's made. Isn't that funny? That is so funny. And Diane says, OMG, 180 yards. Yes. I got to count them up, girl. And Vicky is working on double wedding ring quilt from Mrs. Burns, 3 inches by 40. I got 20 pairs. I didn't cut 3 of 10. Okay. Left the strip long. So I don't know who Mrs. Burns is. I don't know what that is. And she says she has very little waste with it. So that's cool. Welcome home, Sue. Crystal says, wouldn't believe that I did one night. I started to cut material I needed for something and thought about it again before bed. So at midnight, I got up and cut my material. Yeah. It's like if I try to go to sleep, and if I'm sleeping and I'm still wide awake, I'll just go ahead and get up if I'm there an hour or 2 later. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 10. I'm gonna do these in sets of 10 because apparently I can't count. 4, or I'm forgetting my number. 6, 8. That's another 10. 2, 4, 6, 8 is all I need. I'm not gonna worry about what's in here and what's not. And then I'm gonna have to take these 2 pieces off so that I'll have enough. the 2 right here that's on my machine bed, so I'll have enough to do the rest of the quilt top. Now I want to put the piece. First I was piecing and I'm going to take this one out because I see a duplicate already. I'm going to, the first one I did, I put my background piece on top. Now I'm going to put my piece unit on top. So that'll give me an opposite block. And I'm going to have to get my 2, I don't need those 2 blocks. I need my 2 background pieces off of there. So I don't have to go recut. I thought about when I was cutting, I cut a little bit more. I thought maybe I might make it bigger. But I have to talk myself out of stuff because I'm always making stuff bigger. It's like, don't do that. It's unnecessary. Now, so I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and take this out. Just start ripping this with my seam ripper. And you all may not want to look at this because I'm about to use my rotary cutter. This is one of those times, don't do what I do. putting a little pressure on with my pinky, so I can pull on top, and just letting the blades just rest on the threads here, and I'm ripping that way instead of using the seam ripper for a quicker rip. Close that up. All right, don't do what I do. This chat just rolling, guys. I'm behind. I'm so sorry. And then she says, but besides, I was using a 60mm blade and cut the tip of my finger off. Oh my gosh, I have done that. And I've had my tip laying the side of my finger, not the tip. I've had the side of my finger laying on the cutting board looking at me. I've actually cut myself twice. The first time I cut, I just cut, a little slit. Second time I did it, I cut the whole tip off. When I was rotary cutting. And it had nothing to do with being tired. It was both times I did it. It was in the middle of the day. On a Saturday, as a matter of fact. So, yeah. Be careful. Alright, so I've got these taken apart. I got to pull these threads out because they're going to be sewed on the other side of my piece block. Well, I'm not even using that because I just needed my background pieces off of those. Okay, so I got my background piece, and we're now on the other side. Should have 28, but who knows what I got. I can't remember what I counted to. Isn't that crazy? All right, well, take that off. This goes in this stack. I just took two. No, this is the new stack. That's the new stack. Like that. Oh, goodness. Apparently, I can't record. I can't record today. Chat and sew. Let's see. What did I leave off? T says, goodness, glad it's not just me. I think they walk around on their own. Jason says, I was working on a project that called for strip sets to be subcat. I made 75 subcats at 2.5, but then went back to the pattern and realized they were supposed to be subcat into 2.75. Now that would make me want to cry. Oh my goodness. That would make me want to cry. That is awful. Crystal says it was wrong time to get up and cut material, I think. Laughing out loud. Yes, sometimes I regret it, but hey, most of the time I'm successful. Like I said, I've never hurt myself in the middle of the night, so I just happened to cut that wrong fabric. I think I was so happy to be done that I just stopped paying attention. Because I was cutting, the same fabric was cut into different sizes. And so I just was cutting everything into one size and forgot all about the other sizes. It's like, what is wrong with you? I was just glad I only messed up one fabric. I didn't even berate myself. I did go take a break. I came in here and started sewing some pieces, and then I went back out there and finished it. I did take a break from it mentally when I messed it up. And yeah. Okay, and Crystal said, yeah, she did do the side, yeah. And I actually went to surgeons and everything when that piece was laying on that board because I thought I had went to one doctor and he was trying to scare me into having a surgery, talking about you may not have feeling in it. And I'm saying to myself, I feel it now. How could I not have feeling in it? And I didn't like that doctor, so I went to another surgeon. And he gave me like 5 minutes of his time, the first surgeon, and was trying to set me up for surgery, and I wasn't going for it. I was like, nah, I don't like him. He just somebody that's trying to make money. And then I'm gonna come out, my finger gonna be worse. So then I went to a surgeon that worked with people that have machine accidents, a machinist surgeon. My husband was a machinist, so I went to that doctor, and he was saying it's starting to actually heal. He pressed all the points, asked me if I felt everything. I said yes. He asked me questions on how did it happen. He didn't know anything about quilting, but he know what rotary blades are from being with the machinist. But not quite as extreme. But he was very knowledgeable, and I liked him. And he said, "Well, we're just gonna leave it. I think you've done a good job taking care of it thus far." So he just left it, and I do have feeling in the finger, and it's just slightly different than the other if you're looking. It's not much difference. So yeah, um, I got quote lectures coming up. That's what's next on my agenda, I guess. So I got to start pulling quilts. I'm doing most of my lectures are gonna be on quilts I've made during the pandemic, so a lot of the stuff isn't buried too far, thank goodness, because I kind of been leaving that stuff out, knowing that it was coming up. I just a matter of me. I gotta create how I'm gonna present them. I don't know if I'm gonna present them in topic or if I'm gonna present them by when I started them. So that's what I gotta figure out. But it's just a trunk show, so it's not like I'm teaching. I'm always teaching when I'm showing quilts anyway because I'm telling people some tips as I'm going along. So it's not like I have to write anything down. I just need to have an order, know what order I'm going to present my quilts in. I just like to know that. That way, I always have a check sheet for what quilts I take out of my house, and then when that quilt's missing, I know where the last place I left a quilt or something. And one time I was lecturing, I did come home short a piece. It was an ornament. I guess it was something small that apparently somebody must have put in their purse or something. It never showed up. It was at the end of the meeting. We went around, looked around the room to make sure it hadn't fallen anywhere. I mean, we did a thorough check, and it was nowhere to be found. So I guess somebody just wanted a little piece of something that I made. It was sure gone. So I don't tend to pass too many things around anymore. Hi, Virginia Kennison. She says, love your blocks. Thank you. For those that are in here, I'm actually sewing the Brightly pattern by Cluck Cluck Sew. If you don't remember, Missouri Star showed her pattern on a video, so you can go look it up over there if you like as well. You can see a video of it being done. I've just made a couple of changes to the pattern for myself, and that's what I'm working on today. Robin Boyd's here. Hey, Robin. She says, hello, everyone. Misty. Shaquita says, I cut the side of my nail into the flesh a month ago. Oh, my gosh, with a kitchen knife. Oh, my God. Told my husband I needed to stop cooking. Nail had grown back. Nail has grown back. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Yep. I got knives that'll do that, too. My husband, he's in this love-hate relationship with him. Love it when you gotta cut something, but hate them when you feel like you gotta wash them or feel like they're too close to cutting you. So a love-hate relationship with them knives. You can just brush across your hand, don't even know you touched yourself, and be cut. All right, all the pieces are sewn. This piece goes with that, so we're gonna start just pressing. The next units I gotta make. And like I said, I don't press anything with a heated iron on these blocks until I get the entire block done. I just use my little wood press. So let me press this one so I can show you all the difference outside of the quilt block. Now you see, if I have these two pieces facing each other, this is what I'm piecing. But when they're both upright, I've got pieces that are all the points. These rectangles are going to be on their tall side in the quilt, which is what I want. So that's why I had to make reverse blocks. There we go. TNC says Shaquita ouch, laughing out loud. Did he fall for that? Mine would say nope, you need to just be supervised. Yep. No more cooking. And then the funny thing is, when I cut myself rotary cutting, went to the ER because I couldn't stop it from bleeding. I came right back home and started quilting. And the reason why and I even cut because I needed to cut. That's where I got cut. I was at the cutting stage. And I went right back to cutting when I came home, straight from the ER. You know why? Because I didn't want to be afraid to use that rotary cutter. So I said, okay, let's just go back and do this. Even with my finger up here, I got this finger hanging down, this one wrapped up all thick. And I'm still trying to cut. And my husband just shook his head. He was done. He was done. Like, I don't care. I can't be afraid to cut. Kathy D's Creative Chaos says, hello, quilting friends. Hey, Kathy. Winifred Baptiste says, hi, Mrs. T and Quilters family. Hello. How are you? And thank you also for the comment. She says, lovely colors. Ellen's all done with her ripping. I'd like when you can do something and you're not sitting by yourself when you're ripping. It's better than being alone and ripping. You got something to do. You can see alive, watch something. So that's cool. Now I got lots of pieces. Lots of units. I got less pieces, but more units. So, and that's what I do. I try to do piece reduction. Now the nightmare comes when it's time for me to do these units with the star points. So I might do those tonight on the live. So I might go ahead and end this. I'm not even sure what time it is. I've been on here about an hour and 30 minutes. Hour 34 minutes. So I'll come back tonight and work on my star points. That's what I got to do next. And like I said, I only got star points for 10 blocks. and I've already made one, so I've got to decide if I'm going to cut more star points, or am I going to in this same fabric, or am I going to put in the extra colors. I think I might want to do 3 and some other colors. 3 or 5. That's why I haven't cut the last 5. I got to figure that out. So these units are ready. So next we have this stuff that needs to be done, but I'm going to put these in here. I'm going to put these on the bottom just so I can separate them from the other ones. When I put them in there, trying to keep everything in the box. You can't see me if I put it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and break this thread because we're going to be quitting here. Once I press these, we'll call it a day for right now. I'm going to go get something to eat. I will do that. Because I'm not trying to starve myself to death. I'm not trying to do that. It's just that I start working, I get so excited, or only thinking about what I'm doing, and I forget all about food. Which I'm glad that I'm at that point now, because at one point all I thought about was food. So, I got to have a happy medium somewhere. But I felt like when I was eating 3 meals at the regular time periods per day, then I'm up all night and I was just eating too much. So I've just changed how I feed myself. And it's worked, so I don't feel bloated and, stuff like that. That's what I'm trying not to do. So we'll press these over. This one also goes over here. That was my demo one. And let's see, I got 5 pieces. So I got 4 units that I need to do the start points on. I'll show you the block again in a bit, so you'll know where we're working, what we're working on when we come back. Lisa Matthews, good afternoon, everyone. I'm working on some charity teddy bears. Now that's awesome. I don't think have I made a teddy bear? I don't think so. So that's pretty cool, Lisa. You need to have your meals on time. I don't know what on time is for me. I really don't. Because I never get up to eat breakfast because I'm just going to bed at 5. I don't want to. My husband gets up and eats at 8 every day. And I just roll on over and go right on back to sleep. Okay. I don't have time for that. I just got into bed at 5. So. Hi, Brenda Perkins from Arkansas. Welcome to the channel. Also, if you're new here, I do have chat on Saturday nights normally. They come on at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time is when I normally do my sewing chats. That's weekly on Saturdays, and then weekly on Wednesdays, I come on from 7 p.m. Central Standard Time just for 1 hour. Saturday night is 2 hours. Today is normally when I would have been on doing the 4-star general, with Kevin the quilter, and we're going to have to reschedule that. So we're working on that. But I wanted to just come on here anyway at noon Central Standard Time, and so you guys wouldn't be worried about where we are. So I just came on here and worked on this. I'm actually working on a project that I'm on a virtual retreat planning committee. And so people are at home sewing, and then we've got certain times of the day that we check in with those people. So that's what I'm currently working on. So I'm going to try to get something to eat before the next check-in. So I'll be getting off of here shortly. And then, so please subscribe to my channel as well. If you're new here, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I go live. I do upload videos, and I had started uploading videos until I started working with this next kit. So, and trying to finish projects because I'm getting ready to start back lecturing. So I got some lectures coming up. I tend not to lecture November, December, January if I can. I'll do November and February sometimes if it's really close to me, but I let those people know that if it's an iota of snow on the ground that I'm not coming. I don't, I retired so I wouldn't have to drive in snow. So I'm not going to have a business where I'm going to put my own self out on some snow. That's not going to happen. So I do let people know that there's a possibility your class could be canceled when you're scheduling in the winter months. So yeah, so that's that. So I just finished all of those units. I'll show you the block again so you all can see where I'll be when we come back. And again, this is block number 2. Just trying to keep everything together. Put this on my mat. We're ready because we got to do some cutting. So now we are making this block. I just made all of these corner units for all the blocks that I need to do. So all of those pieces are ready to go. I already have my center squares cut. So my next step is I need to make the center units with the 2 star points. That's what we're working on next. And I'm going to just save that for tonight. I'm going to not work on the Bonnie Hunter project since I'm on virtual retreat so I can get more pieces done. And hopefully by tomorrow's show and tell, I have a few rows. I may not have the entire quilt put together, but maybe I have a few rows put together that I can show them. And Winifred said she had no electricity on Wednesday. That's awful. That's when we had the ice storm here on Wednesday. Alvida's making small pillows for my 2-year-old grandson. That's awesome. Della Castro Short says, hi, T and everyone. Hey, that's Delia. I'm sorry, Delia. Brenda says, love your hair. Thank you. I just took it out the twist. I didn't even do nothing. I told Deborah, I said, I'm going to go on YouTube like a wild child. Donna Ritchie says, hi, T. Hi, Donna. Diane says, I stopped eating my meals on time and started eating only when I get hungry. I lost 130 pounds and still losing. And that is awesome. And that's the thing. But I do need to know that, I looked up one day and it was almost 9 o'clock and I hadn't eaten anything. I had drank. Thank goodness I was drinking coffee because I didn't even have my water cup. I don't drink coffee every day, and I made myself a pot of coffee. And for some reason, I was drinking that coffee and wasn't even thinking about any food. I kept going in the kitchen to go get more coffee. So thank goodness I had some liquid in my body, but I said, girl, you got to eat something. Winifred's asking, what about some online classes for people like us who want to learn more of this craft? I'm not there yet. I have been thinking about that, but I'm not there yet. I would have to, if I'm going to start doing classes and stuff, I would need to clean this stuff up because I wouldn't want to be having all of this stuff because this is such a small area. I would have to open up so I can show you back where I'm cutting and pressing and all of that kind of stuff if I'm doing an official class, because I'm one of those people. I like to show people details on particular things when I'm teaching. So I'm not set up for that right now. Susan, you're out says hi. Should be at my sewing machine to custom machine quilt a complicated panel wall quilt. Do not enjoy the process, but have to get it done. Yes. Custom quilting takes a long time and it's a lot of concentration. Thank you, TNC. saying that's pretty. Carolyn Bowser says hi T and all. Hi Carolyn. And hi Sin Forest saying hi T and all. Love the fabric colors you chose. I choose boring colors. Yeah, and that was the thing. The pattern uses when they were showing it on the pattern when I saw the Missouri Star video and that she used and the video, I mean the pattern from the actual designer. So the video and the actual pattern, they use light backgrounds. And so I just wanted something a little different because if we're working on it on a virtual retreat, I felt like everybody was going to have more of a neutral-ish background and I wanted something different. So when we have all these quilts together, I'll know mine without having to go up and look at it. I can know mine from halfway across the room, okay? So, yeah. So yeah, sometimes I do go traditional because I am a traditional piecer per se. I love traditional quilt blocks, so I mostly do use light background quilts. But I just wanted something different with these African prints. And in all honesty, it seems like I'm going to be having a year of Africa here because that's all that I've pieced since the beginning of the year for the most part. Now, I do have to do a customer quilt that's a musical theme, so I got to start on that soon because I don't like to ever wait till the last minute. It's not due to June, but I'm not one of those people that like to wait till the last minute and get stuff done when I got a deadline. So, but yeah. So I just when I know there's going to be a lot of the same quilt in a particular area, I always try to think, okay, how can I do mine different? And then, like again, I said I change squares to rectangles too, so I really know mine. So Mac Geek says, "Hi T, thank you for the live stream. I've subscribed for a while, and but rarely get to catch you live. So today is a real treat. So thank you. I'm actually on my way out now. I just finished sewing. Um, Today I sold these units for those that are just coming in. I sold these corner units for all of the blocks that I need to complete this. And then when I come back, I'm going to be tonight. I'll be back at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for my regular live stream. I'll be sewing the star points at this point, and maybe I'll do just enough star points and start putting some blocks together too, so we can do that. Maybe I'll do them, do my star points a block at a time or something, and then we can do a block, or we'll figure it out. Maybe do 2 blocks at a time because I have to chain piece everything. So we'll do 2 blocks of star points tonight, and then I'll put those 2 blocks together. So at least I have 3 blocks when it's time to do show and tell if I don't get to sew again. So, but appreciate you commenting and welcome to the live chat. So thank you also for your support. I know a lot of people that support me do not come into the chats. So I appreciate when you do come that you at least say hi to us. So thank you so much. Shirley Lutterbeck is here saying hello all. Hello, Miss T. Hello, Shirley. And Sue says, hopefully see you tonight. Yes. Hopefully I don't fall asleep somewhere. But I do plan to be here. Now I do have notifications on my phone that I'm supposed to be live at 8. So if I'm not here at 8, it'll be like 8:05 if it wakes me up. And then I got to get in here and get situated. I got to get my water. I got to brush my teeth. I got to do all that kind of stuff. But I will be here. Hopefully I won't fall asleep. So I'm going to go ahead and end here, you all. So everybody stay safe, be blessed, and quilt out.